Anthony Carl Townsend has just lost his luster for basketball. There's no reason why a guy his height, as his weight, should be out here trying to pass the ball, getting 15 assists a game and not shooting that ball. He lost his cojones when he got traded, all right, from the Wolves. So he's gonna be the reason why. I promise you. He's gonna be the reason why the Knicks lose.
We see. We shall see. Last time Knicks was in the finals, Game 5, 1999 versus Spurs. You know I was sitting in the dead last row of Madison Square Garden.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Shout out to New York, man. I like Brunson. I really like Brunson, bro. His game
deep in
is
the
nice.
heart of Texas.
Ooh, okay.
What up, T? What up? What up? What up?
Leela, what's up?
What up, what up?
Carl Towns' mom and 7 family members died from COVID. You got to root for Cat.
I'm not mad at that. You're right. That is all facts. Rob T, you's preaching. That is.
Yo, he lost 7 family members.
7?
That's insane.
I didn't know. I know he lost his mom to COVID. I didn't know it's 7 family members, but
wow.
Rob T is correct. I want Anthony Carl Towns to be the man he used to be, bro. Like, but ever since he got traded, I don't know. He's just not the same guy.
Let me call Dupree. We'll see where he at.
You know what I mean? Yo.
What up?
Beats, what's going on? What up?
What's going on, man?
In the build, what up?
See.
Yes. Hey, y'all, listen, man. Mr. Thing, I gotta ask you a couple questions, bro.
What up, fam?
Where you at, bro?
We gotta move forward towards this, man. We gotta move forward towards this topic. Do you think this was the worst Travis Scott drop ever?
Yes. However, there's really no surprises here, though, because I mean, you know, when all right, yes, but when have we gotten like a super fair drop off of a Travis Scott website?
Oh, like, no, we can't talk about this till Perp. Perp said he got 2 minutes.
Wait.
Perp said he'd be on about 2 minutes.
All right.
Go ahead, Mr. Thing. Go ahead.
No. We will revisit this. Let's get panel on.
You trying to jump the gun right now?
No, I'm not jumping the gun.
Let's get the fun now. I'm gonna go grab me some water. That's what I'm gonna do. Some water.
Hey, Jay Nate said, "Do you see the price going up or down after pairs start coming in? If so, what's the dust settle price?" Hey, so I'm gonna be honest with you, Jay Nate. I do feel like the shoe will go down maybe a tad bit, not much. But I think it's gonna settle somewhere around that 500 price tag, man. They're between 450 and 500 when the dust settles. I'm gonna say after about a month or so. That's why I see that right now. Because last time I checked, a size 11 is 442. It's gonna go down a little bit, then we're gonna see a little bit of incline. It's gonna go back up.
I agree, Jay. But Carl Anthony Towns, Brunson, Dilla Harper, Warrior Kicks, and I represent New Jersey.
Respect.
Joy.
Yeah, I mean it's there he is.
Much respect.
There he is.
Gentlemen of culture, we meet again.
Ooh, not the gentleman of culture. I know what that means.
Yes, sir.
It's some.
Yes, sir.
There is some diabolical behavior happening tonight.
Man. How you feeling over there? What kind of piece did you get done? Perp?
I'm having so I have a couple sleeves. Well, I've got a full sleeve and a half sleeve. So I'm having my half sleeve reworked and then turned into a full sleeve.
I thought you was getting the map of all the factories you like to visit.
China 1, Taiwan 2, Vietnam 3.
You got
early.
Shenzhen on there, you know. Hot off the presses.
Oh my God.
Super Swipe really the bed with the drop sneakers app glitching had me, man. Listen, we about to get into that here. I was waiting on Perp to get here because Perp got a lot to talk about with this situation because me and him were talking about this last night.
My bad.
Right, but let me go ahead and let me find this damn.
So Mr. Thing, hold on. Because I had a question for him. right? The start of the question was, do you guys think this was the worst Travis Scott release so far ever?
Oh yeah. So I was saying yes. This one was extremely bad. No doubt about it. Yes. I mean, this is by far one of the worst, especially um not necessarily just talking about like stock issues, but we're just talking about like platform issues all by itself. As far as like the actual access and all that stuff, yeah, this was really bad. It was bad,
Okay.
but a lot of them are. That was my follow up. Like I don't. A lot of them. When it comes to the Travis Scott website, this is a usual. This is a use right here. There's really nothing
Um,
smooth that be happening, with that Travis Scott website. Even when they release it and open it up, like pause. But there's nothing smooth about a Travis Scott website, like when it comes to their sneaker releases.
Perp.
Yeah, I mean, I've been here during the Travis Scott drop since day one, so I've been in this for years now. So this is by far the worst, and probably will forever be in history the worst Travis Scott drop to ever happen.
Where?
uh, the worst Travis Scott drop. Um, I don't know. I
Well,
think I
mm-hmm.
I, I think I think we kind of have a revisionist history because
Mm.
when you go back to like the original Frag release and the amount of backdooring that was happening then, and just the amount of issues a lot of the different retailers, quote unquote, were having then with how they run their raffles and stuff like that. I, listen, we've seen the sneakers app glitch before. It's not a new event, i.e., the Lost and Found Chicago ones. I don't think anything will top that situation. Okay, because that app was down for a good almost 30 minutes before anybody could try to do anything there. And not only did the sneakers app have problems, our JD Sport Finish Lines app had problems, Foot Lockers app had problems. We know what it's hitting for when it comes to places like Snipes. Like all platforms had problems that day of the release of the Lost and Founds. If we just focus on the Travis Scott aspect of it,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe
So
it's
here's
the
what
worst in terms of the platforms working.
so here's what I'm saying, right? Because you mentioned something earlier, and about being backdoored. Pause on that. But with those Travis Scotts, we know like half of them was backdoored, even more than half of them was backdoored. Take away that first initial feeling, right? Because we already know these shy pinks, these tropical pinks were backdoored. Just clearly off the whole aspect of the release side of the house, right? Just the release, like we know it's backdoor. We know this, right? And because reports are saying there were very, very minimal pairs on his site, very, very minimal pairs, not a lot of pairs out there. Um, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm definitely gonna say, in my opinion, this probably is the worst. Probably is the worst Travis Scott release. Probably.
So the only thing, the only reason why I hesitate really a lot is because the other way they were doing it, right? It said, "Oh, you have 30 minutes to get in there." And you go in to buy to put your information in within the allotted time, and then they sold out.
Correct. Correct.
Versus in this instance, it was just difficult to get in. But once you got in, it was like either you won the pair or you didn't. But how do we even get to be using this platform is another question.
Well, we definitely gonna get into it. Nike's on my feed said, "What up? Happy Sunday, family." My God,
Yo, what up?
Nike's on my feet.
Man,
What up? What up?
let me get to some of these comments and then we're gonna get to my man because this video, I don't know if y'all can see my mouse right now circling around on it, but this is the one right here that I sent you guys in the group chat yesterday. So here I heard that the Super Swipe second ever raffle, and it was on the Travis Scott. Correct.
Yeah, it's
the first one. The first one was the Pharrell joints.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Jellyfish.
Like I said before,
I don't even think it was jellyfish, Jay. I think it was the other one after that. The shoes you got.
Yeah, the slides with the flap.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. That was their first one. It was recent. It was like recent, like in May or whatever it was.
Okay, I read jellyfish. Okay.
What up?
Mandy Pandy, what up?
What up, Mandy?
This guy. Whoever that is. I hit on Kith. I like them, but trying to decide if I'm going to use for trade bait or keep them. Well, wait till you get them in hand. Not unless you already got them.
Yeah. Congrats on your dub.
Were you an in-store pickup or you still waiting for them to get to you?
Salute.
Can I have what pass, bro?
No, the answer is no. If you need to ask, then no.
Let's see. I heard some people got an email today that they won despite getting a losing email. Yes.
Yeah.
I heard that too. There were more W emails going out.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. My next will be Jordan 5 University Blue. Yeah, we can talk about those. Frag was pretty bad too.
The release, yeah.
Black Kid.
Listen, let's just say what it is. Travis Scott website is trash regardless of how they do it.
That's what I was saying. Like, yeah.
Let's see here. Seekers app was glitching with brick after brick drop too.
Same.
Yes and no. So you did get the spinny wheel, which happened. But for example, when I tried to go in for the Travis Scotts, mind you, I had been on YouTube watching videos up until 1 minute before the drop. Drop happens, I go in, my app comes back, black screen, and says you are not connected to the internet. Completely. And then I had to keep refreshing, and finally I was able to get in there. And by that time, it was gone because it was first come, first serve.
But flat kicks though, like I would say this, man, a glitch is still considered an issue for sure. It's just that I will say this, like I remember on the Travis Scott site for the olives. It said, hey, you got 30 minutes. Bro, I was in there, my email within 5 minutes, I was ready to go. And like I told y'all before, those botters, they will push. It's like a transparency paper. They will go ahead and they would take your information, push it out the way.
Yes.
Spot, and then that's how they able to snag your pairs off Travis Scott's site. That's how it happens. That's how it really works. And that is a horrible part. But yeah, the glitching on Sneakers app, yeah, it can be very annoying.
Well, some people have reported that they've gone into their Sneakers app and seen that all their information was changed. I don't know if y'all remember that. A couple of years ago, there was people reporting that their info was changed, and they didn't see it. So
I do remember that.
Their pairs were being sent to some other location in a state not even near them.
Yep, I do remember that.
Let's see what up, Cole. No, we're not talking about that.
Inside.
All right, I spent 8 hours straight before I got in. A lot of people did. It took 8 hours just to enter. And yes, this is the worst TS raffle ever, in my opinion.
See? Yep.
They knew they hit because they got charged. I mean, that's the reason. That's how you know. Got the email at 4 a.m. Hit on a preschool sale. Hit on Tropical on day one. So Super Swipe was
sir.
Yeah. Salute.
Big whiz. My God.
So here we go. So this guy gives us a nice little breakdown as far as the whole Super Swipe raffle and questioning how they even got the contract to be able to basically run the most hyped sneaker release of 2026. And not only is it just one thing, it was two shoes on the same day. So let's see. Let's see what the man got here.
Mm-hmm.
Scandals ever, you're gonna want to lock into this one. So yesterday, millions of people had to enter a queue, some as much as 90 minutes to enter for the Travis Scott Jordan 1. And at the end of the queue, you probably got a screen like this that says your card is empty. So you just wasted your time. Instead of going with the industry standard equal, they went with some brand new company named Super Swipe. Super Swipe is basically the DBA of Supernova Enterprises LLC. This is a company that didn't exist until June 30th of last year. Registered to this woman in Miami. I edited her address, even though it's public information. You can look it up.
I bet you.
Prior to the Travis Scott Jordan 1 yesterday, they had only done a raffle for the Flat Earther, not the jellyfish, the Flat Earther. We're talking about a shoe released just last month that's fetching less than retail. And there have only been 2 sales of my size. Yet they want you to believe that they can handle 10 million people concurrently without a blink. Yeah, about that. This entire business is a sham. I couldn't find her, but I want to know who this Valeria woman is and who does she know at Pharrell's camp and Travis Scott's camp, because there's no way this is vetted. Due to extremely high demand, it's a Travis Scott Jordan 1 release. And they have no idea what the problem was because they don't know what they're doing. They said it was a Shopify caching issue and they fixed it. It wasn't fixed. It's so bad that they end up deleting these responses because they was like, yeah, we don't know what we're doing. And rightfully so, people are pissed. And these are just the nice responses. All this company does is lie. For example, we block VPNs. Ironically, VPNs were not blocked, and that was actually the only way you could enter. There's no way this company no one has ever heard of before has 20,000 followers on Instagram. Their posts have no engagements with the exception of yesterday's post where people were like, what the fuck is going on? For context, Equal has been around for years now and has 33,000 followers on Instagram. They want to position themselves as a platform for fans, but that's got to be one of the worst experiences that any of us have ever had. Fans don't pay anything. The merchants are the one who have to pay. First of all, if you really know the sneaker ecosystem, the win is what's most important. Most of us don't have a problem paying Equals fee because if we pay it, that means we want a pair of rare sneakers. I was able to enter for all 4 pairs, 2 for me, 2 for my daughter. And if I hit, I won't even care because it's been such a waste of my time. Forget the shoes. I won't be happy until I understand who is this Valeria woman and how does she get access to the most important drop of the year. I'm about to expose one of the biggest sneaker scandals ever.
So,
biggest drop of the year. Ooh, okay.
I mean, we know what it is every year for Travis Scott.
Yeah, you can't listen. You can't knock what he's saying. I get it.
But Perp, you're embedded into technology, so you had a lot. You had a lot yesterday you wanted to say. So go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I'll give you an example, right? A lot of times in life, people say it's not what you know, but more so who you know. And that goes for everything. That goes for promotions. That goes for, hookups at the garage, hookups with sneakers, anything in life, right? Even goes as far as, and Mr. Think can tell you, stock trading. That's why they explain the phrase insider trading, right? It's about who you know that's embedded within these different companies that will give you the knowledge that the general public does not in order for you to get a leg up, on everyone else out there, right? So with that being said, this is no different, right? It clearly is a very undercutting rule of thumb, right? Of who you know, not what you know. And we see this right now. If you go and look at their social media sites, they only spun them up a few months ago, and yet you have 30,000 plus followers. Now, we all know you can buy followers. That's fine. Nowadays, people are getting more hype to it, right? If you have 30,000 followers, right, and you're making posts and your engagement is in 15 to 10% lower, right, for anything that you post, meaning you may have 10 likes and you have 30,000 followers on a post, that's a clear indication that you've bought followers or subscribers, right? And at this point, they're not even trying to hide it, right? Now, I did a little bit of digging earlier this afternoon just to try to see what the relationship is with her and the Travis Scott team, right? Now, we did see that they had a lot to do with, that Pharrell drop, right? The Flat Earthers, which by far nobody was going for. Let's just be honest. Nobody gave a damn about that shoe. I feel like that was a prime example of a beta test of what they could do as far as their technological capabilities were for that company. It's a shell company. If you go back and you look at everything, they are literally LLC 3 levels down, right? Which means we don't know where the money's going. The money's not going directly to them. The money is going 2 levels up to a parent company. Now, that's the sketchiest shit I've ever seen right there. I'll tell you that. That's sketchy 101.
Well, real quick, and I'll let you keep rocking. On top of that, I don't know where that address exactly is in Miami, but if it's coming out of Hialeah is like the scam capital of the United States, especially here in Florida, bro.
And what else do they have in Hialeah? Everybody has satellite offices, meaning it's not essentially a physical location. You may have a drop box or whatever, but if you're going to have an LLC, you have to have an address tied to that, right? And that can be in the form of a satellite office location, right? So
for all we know, that's someone's abuela's house.
Right? It's still legal.
Yeah. And there's like a little modem there running the whole thing.
Yeah. You may have a room full of servers or even just one server, because as small as this company is, and they have on list 6 employees, right? So that means they could be running a whole company off one server. I mean, that's nothing. I could spin up a server right now, right? And slap on an LLC. There you go. Hey, Nike, can I run your next sneakers app drop? I mean, hey, put me in the game, coach. So everything about this scenario so far has been sketchy. Now, time reveals everything, right? And during the course of the next few weeks leading up to the next month or so, people are digging into this as we speak. And they're going to eventually tie her in to someone specifically, right?
Rob T.
Rob T's in the building. So we're waiting to see where the breadcrumbs lie. And I guarantee you, this is going to be something that ties, right, Virginia and Travis Scott together.
Now, Pert, let me ask you this question then, right? Because we also seen reports, and this could be fake, bro. This could be fake. We've seen reports where Travis met with Nike and he met with Adidas and he wasn't happy with meeting with them, supposedly. So now that you said that, do you think there could be even crosstalks or even truth behind the fact that this could be the last drop? I don't know. You and I talked about it. I said this might be his last drop, but I'm not sure. You said no. I think we're gonna get about 3 more Travis Scott collabs with the Air Jordan 1.
I can guarantee you Travis Scott is not courting Adidas right now. I mean, where was he on the drop? Where was he the day of the drop? Does anyone know? Because I know.
Well, I mean, you inside Purple Haze. I mean, can you please provide us,
Well, I'll tell you.
Peasants with the info?
The day of the drop, right? The day of the drop, and his team was posting from his account. The day of the drop, he was on the private jet of Nike CEO, Elliott. He was with him the day of the drop. They were negotiating new substandards for extending out his contract for a very lengthy, long amount of time. Okay? So all of that is not coincidental that it was done the day of the drop, right? Because, I mean, you have to look at it from this aspect, right? Travis Scott does not give a damn about his drops, right? He doesn't give a damn about any of that or whatever. That's what he has his whole team in place for. He's there to throw on the shoes when Elliott tells him to throw the shoes on, post for the pictures, get the promo out to marketing. Marketing flushes it out to the general public, right? That's all he's there for. He doesn't give a damn about us. He doesn't give a damn about who gets the shoe. And I mean, rightfully so, if any of us were in his place, we wouldn't either, right? We have more important things to worry about. However, given that Travis does care about the overall longevity of his contract and his relationships with Nike. And Elliott is a huge proponent of that as well, which is why they were trying to iron out some last minute wrinkles the day of the drop on his jet on the way to that FIFA World Cup event. So there's still plenty of fire left. And I predict, and I told Jay this earlier, don't be surprised if we get 3 or 4 more Jordan 1 low drops. Like, it's coming. It's coming. It's not a hit. It's when. We're getting more. We are absolutely getting more. So buckle up, Buttercup, strap in, and get ready to be pissed off again because it's coming down the damn pipe. Pause.
Now,
hey, Pre, real quick, what's the next colorway?
That I don't know. I don't even think Travis Scott's team knows right now. Like, everything is up in the air as far as that goes. But I guarantee you, we're not getting a Chicago colorway. Hang it up.
That's where I was going with it.
If that was ever in your brain, forget about it.
That's where I was going with it. I was like, give me a Chicago colorway.
Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
You think they'll never do it Chicago?
That's where I was going with it.
Low. No.
I think I see a VAA Chicago before I would see a Travis Scott Chicago low.
Yeah, probably. I mean, you're probably right about that.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
I see that.
So here, it's very interesting that what he said, right? They went with this company, the Super Swipe thing. I guess I'm just, how could that the Adidas shoe be the beta test when obviously there weren't a ton of people that went on there? Like,
just a try.
Well, that's the thing. You never want to do a beta test when it's high traffic.
Correct.
You always want a beta test in low tide, right? And nothing gets more lured than flat earthers, right?
Okay, now, y'all got to stop this. Now, y'all better stop dogging that shit. Y'all listen.
You said that's enough.
Yeah.
Listen, I mean, I know we slandering the shoe. Jay wanted. Well, you were saying nobody wanted those with your chest out. I'm like, damn, he going at Jay right now. But I'm gonna stay quiet.
So hold on, Jay. You a flat earther or a round earther? No, I'm just playing.
Ooh.
I just playing. He said nothing goes lower than a flat earther.
That's right. But Perp is right. He's right. Nobody wanted that kick but me. Facts. And if you're gonna do a beta test, you do it on a lower scale, not on a high scale for a first time run. You don't do that.
But shouldn't you do it on maybe multiple times, not just once, and try to roll it out?
No, because when you're doing a rollout, the rule of thumb is you have to beta test at least one time, right? You just want to show that the product works.
How well it works is different.
That's all, right? At that point, anything that happens on the back end as far as prod goes, like if you want to do dev and staging, you test on dev and staging and go live on prod. They tested on dev and staging. They passed. They passed on prod with the flat earther. So they checked all 3 of the procedural check marks that they needed in order to go live from a compliance perspective. So you got to look at it like that.
But I guess I just kind of wonder how they were able to be contracted to do this drop. Because let's be honest, no one knew about Super Swipe until this. Seeing as how they just did a shoe last month. So that shoe was so unappealing that no one even noticed that they were using a totally new raffle system to try to cop these things. So no one talked about it up until
they talked about it. They talked about it. They talked about it at least a month prior to.
I don't remember a damn thing about Super Swipe.
But that's the thing, though. Everybody wasn't listening. Right?
I for sure wasn't.
They did it on low-level chatter. They did it on there was even a Twitter post about it in passing, but they didn't make a big deal about it, right? They just put out a fresh pass, they put out a press pass about it a month leading to it on X, and they introduced them. That's how a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but that's how some people knew that they were going with a new system, a new raffle system. And I even talked about it leading up to the raffle system when Jay and I went live.
So I wonder if Remember what was the shoe to where you went and put your entries in, and then they erased all the entries, and you had to go back and redo it again? Wasn't it at Dick's Sporting Goods? They did that. I can't remember what shoe it was. Because I remember specifically Rafi Collects having to go back to the store to put
That
his
was
name in.
that
What
was a
shoe was that?
DSG. That that
That
that was a DSG with the list because they
right
had
with
tossed
the
the
list,
list.
Okay. So
Yeah,
my only thought is
physical list.
yeah,
there
yep.
was a
Physical
lot
list.
of people that hit, but I think a lot of people that hit were ones who couldn't get in there until late in the evening. So I wonder,
Hmm.
this is just a speculative thing. Like, even though we got in there, I just wonder if they did something with the platform that maybe erased previous entries to, like, I don't know, a reboot or something. I don't know. I don't know, because it seems that a lot of people who hit were ones that said they got in there late at night.
Hmm.
Correct.
So I'm just throwing out some speculation there. So the whole thing was sus. Yeah, I mean, it is sus because
It is
it's a and what did Travis Scott before when they were doing it,
facts,
right?
Rob.
You put your entry in, you put your entry information in, and then eventually they push out the invoice to go ahead and pay. So, and this time they set it up to where it was, if you hit, it's automatic.
Let me say this. So I'm gonna take a step back for a second. I don't know. I'm being the hot seat for this one because I did say this is probably, if this is the worst. Because my sister didn't, she didn't get into like the entry until like maybe around almost midnight for the
See,
Travis Scott
yeah,
site,
and
right?
she hit.
Right? And she was trying to get in all day. I was on her phone, and she finally, man, she was a trooper, man. She was just doing it on her own. I was like, I told her forget about it. But anyway, we got to give credit to the fact that if you won the kick, they automatically debit your account. You didn't have to go back into an email, wait 30 minutes, keeping your fingers crossed, hopefully the bot didn't take your spot. So I'm gonna say that part was dope. The part
Mhm.
that's not dope is that for those of us who are like sneaker enthusiasts who is really hyped over this kick, whether you wanted to resell, whether you just really like it, whatever the case may be, you should not have to wait 9 hours to get into a raffle and only to wake up and you didn't get anything. That's where I really feel like this was probably the worst release ever because of the time. Yes, we all was on the what it was four of us together for 2 hours straight, like doing this VPN stuff, right? We was like
We
2 hours,
were, we
right?
were.
We was we was maneuvering. Woo, we like we got it. Okay, we good to go. And then some more information came out. Well, now you guys actually don't need the VPN. Sorry for the long wait, but if you keep waiting, you'll eventually get in to put your hat in the raffle. So that mindset of that whole time constraint problem is what I have the issue with because I can't get that time back. And to me, time is more important than anything.
Hey,
Well,
Jay, I actually want to piggyback off of that because I vividly remember one time I was frustrated with on sneakers because I never get EA. Well, I say never. It's rare, super rare. And even though I didn't need it, it was for the white cement fours, and because they were available. But a couple of days before the drop, I had gotten exclusive access. I'm like, wow, bet. So I log in and then it sold out. And I was like, why would you give me exclusive access just for me to be eligible to enter still like a drawing? Like
Right.
at least have the
oh,
shoe reserved for me and I can just get it. But because to your
they
point,
changed
at
that.
least at least they were able to just say, hey, you won, boom, go ahead and check out. We're good, charge your card. Because I've always looked at that as in imagine if I was hosting a party, right? And I send all of your invites. So you have an invite. So you come to the party, you standing outside, and then they go, hey, we're at capacity. Sorry, y'all, go ahead and go home. And you're like, well, why did you invite me? If it's like, well, you should be happy you got the invite. It's like, no, that's still not good enough. I want to I want to come in. I'm here. I want to. Well, you should be happy. You get because watch this. Everybody else, like no lie, I had posted. I don't know if I made a video, or maybe I posted on the community page, but people were like, "Yo, Mister Think, you should be happy you even got EA." And I was like, "What good did it do me? Like, I'm not happy at the fact that I got EA and I still can get the shoe. It's pointless."
Well, they changed it a while back though to where even with exclusive access, it's a draw
It's a draw,
once you get
correct,
in.
correct. And
It's
I'm
a
like,
draw once you get in there.
right, and I'm like, I'm not happy at the fact that I got EA and I still didn't get the shoe. Like, there's no difference in me getting EA and not getting the shoe, and you not getting EA and still don't get the shoe. We're both shoeless.
Yeah. Yeah.
Facts.
Well, here's the other thing though. I was listening to somebody's video today, and he was also reviewing the Instagram post we just looked at, and he said a lot of people were saying they go, you know what? I'm tired of not being able to get the hype releases. Until I can hit on a hype release, Nike is not getting my money for no more GRs. And I've heard that come from a lot of people. And truth be told, that mindset is basically what kicked off the whole wave of a lot of these other brands becoming valuable, because it was so difficult to hit. Forget the hype releases. It was so difficult to hit on GRs coming around COVID time that people were just like, I'm done with it. And now you got more people coming out saying, if I can't even have a legit shot at hitting on some hype stuff, like I'm tired of dealing with Nike. I'm tired of dealing with Travis Scott's site. Like, I'm just tired of all of it. I'm just going to go to other brands now.
Yeah, people say whatever they however they feel, and they're entitled to feel however they feel, but that's not going to slow anything down. They're going to be right back in the next hype release.
Oh, eventually.
Raffles. People just airing out frustration right now. And yes, a lot of people are frustrated right now, right? Will Nike change their schema of things? No, but what they may do, right, given this debacle, is I guarantee you right now they're looking into this. I 1,000% guarantee you they're looking into this right now. And the end result of this may be more ownership over the Travis Scott release moving forward in the future from Nike's oversight. So
wait a second. Because we got to think about this now. Because J Balvin runs a raffle through his own website, right? Nigel runs a raffle through his own website, and for all intents and purposes, it seems as though the way they run it is how they decide they want to run it. Now, Nigel's using EQL, and J Balvin was doing the code. If you got the code, right, it brought the price down to what the price was supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
But if you didn't and somehow got in there with the link, like you were getting charged like $1,000 or something like that on there.
It was 2,000.
So I don't know. They have not tried to do anything with the way Travis has released stuff for how many releases now?
Yeah, but not to cut you off, but I want to make sure we're clear on what I'm saying here.
Okay.
I'm not saying that Nike is going to take over how Travis Scott releases their pairs. I'm saying Nike will severely limit the pairs that Travis Scott team gets to drop on their site. They'll take more ownership over the pairs and to do with how they see fit. And we've seen them do it before.
Let me say this. And here's what we're forgetting about. When we're talking about J Balvin and Action Bronson and Action Bronson, they had the best release. You didn't hear about people complaining about stuff being backdoored. This is why I said this plenty of times. Nike needs to take over Travis Scott's site. If not take over his site, they need to have everything at their location, and they the ones who need to run it because of what happens, of what constantly goes on. But why? Why are they allowing Travis Scott to do this? Because he is, maybe not now, he is currently their biggest asset. He is Nike's biggest asset. So this is why he can do what he's able to do. But if we notice, look at too many releases of the Air Jordan 1 Low. Look how over time all these releases the resale just constantly is going down and down, even though the hype is there. It's because, yes, resale is down. Relook it up. Resale is down. It is. Okay. And this is what draws people away. This is what draws people away from really trying to obtain that kick not nearly as much as it used to be. So there's multiple things that goes on.
Well, to be clear, Nike doesn't have the authority to take over a collaborator's site. I want to be right. I want to be clear about that. However, they do have the authority to control how many pairs that collaborator gets, right? And if we're having issues like Travis Scott has been having issues, Nike didn't give a damn before, but now this is becoming something that's could potentially violate contract agreements here on the back end, right? Now Nike has to begin to have their legal counsel look into what happened with the whole Travis Scott release this time around.
Yeah, but see, this is BS to begin with, because how did that resale shop in France have like 300 pairs? There was a resale shop, Suave Kicks or something like that, and they were posting on there. They had like 300 pairs of basically both colorways. Like there's all these resellers already had the shoe like crazy. When are they going to do something about that? Screw Travis. Travis Scott, listen, Travis Scott's website's been some BS since its inception, and they ain't done nothing yet.
But that's irrelevant. We're talking apples and oranges right now. We're not talking about what happened before. Nike didn't give a damn about what happened before. Travis Scott could run their site the way that they wanted to for those drops. We're talking about now when there's a potential breach of contract right now with what went on with this subcontractor and Travis Scott. That could be something that spills over into Nike's contract. That's what they care about. They don't give a damn about all that other stuff before and all the previous drops. And they definitely don't give a damn about resellers. Nike does not give a damn about resellers. People can believe that if they want to. They do not. This is still business one-on-one, and they will make their money at the end of the day from a profit and loss margin.
Correct. But do you not think it would behoove Nike to keep pairs out of resellers' hands early?
No, it's free marketing. It's literally free marketing. If you get those sneakers in the hands of resellers early, 1 month out, 2 months out, 3 months out, and now we're starting to see a paradigm shift. 2 years ago, if you wanted to get early pairs, you get early pair a month, maybe a month and a half, right? Now we're getting early pairs almost 4 to 5 months prior to a drop.
Correct.
That is strategically organized. That is not a coincidence.
That is not a coinky dinky.
That is Nike's way of getting their free press, their free marketing. Because guess what? They've already gotten the money for the early pairs that are already out there in the resellers' hands. That money's already gone to Nike. Nike doesn't give a damn. But what they do give a damn about is marketing and getting that shoe pushed out there into the hype beast hands and getting a want, a need, a desire, a drive to go and get that shoe the day of the drop. That's what Nike cares about. Nike's playing chess right now, not checkers. They're playing the long game because they know at the end of the year when they're doing their fiscal recap for, I think October is when their fiscal year ends. This is all they care about because now those numbers are higher. The shareholders are happier, right? And now we can begin strategically focusing on the strategic roadmap for next year, which is what sneaker drops, how we're going to drop them from a marketing perspective, from an e-commerce perspective, all the way around. That's all Nike cares about.
And one more thing, Perk, you missing one more thing, and I know you know it, but I know you just really focus on the legalities part. But also Nike cares about currently right now the way they're perceived, and the way they're perceived. Unfortunately, it does involve Travis Scott because, again, he is their biggest collab. When we talk about someone who's been more consistent and honestly staying through the tough times and being Nike's number one person, it's all about what does Nike look like right now? Why do I say that? Because Nike is not gaining shares. Nike is absolutely losing shares while Adidas, Reebok, New Balance, they're slowly eating away at Nike's profit. They're slowly eating away, even though we know it's nothing crazy, But Nike cannot afford to keep losing at this state of time because we talked about it a while ago. I don't care if you made $1 billion. At the end of the year, if that balance sheet says you only made $950 million, you only made how much? You only made 50 million that year. You didn't make no real money. We don't care about that. And Nike cannot afford right now because they are absolutely losing customers.
So let me ask you this: when it comes to raffles, right? Just think of the week before we had a Nigel drop. Collectively, how did we all feel about that drop?
Flawless drop.
Fair.
Right?
Flawless.
It was fair.
Flawless, fair. It seemed obtainable. Anytime a Travis drop happens, we already are sitting here rolling our eyes, going, "We know we about to get hit with the BS. We know it. It's already a cloud of negativity when it comes to a Travis Scott release, and that's not
the norm.
it.
That's the norm.
You're absolutely right. But is that good or bad? That every time a Travis Scott's about to release, there's just the negative feelings that are out there with it. Even though people are going after the shoe, it just never seems to be anything to where we're like, okay, well, I took a fair L. Versus on a Nigel's, it's like, okay, they ran that the right way. It felt fair, win, lose, or draw. You know what I mean? It felt like we actually had a legit chance. Versus this nonsense that we get.
Here's a question I pose.
Yeah.
Do we think that Nike is starting to tire of the Travis Scott shenanigans? And because of that, they're starting to, behind the scenes, strategically build up his replacement, which is Nigel, right? And kind of look at him as opposite sides of the same coin. You got heads, which is Travis Scott, which have always had volatile releases. Their drops have been the worst, hands down, from the Mocha ones all the way down since day one. To now, you're putting all your eggs in one basket now, right? In tandem with Travis Scott, with Nigel Sylvester, right? Nigel Sylvester has the charisma, he has the marketing, he has the backing, and more importantly, he has the overarching message is, I'm for the people. Prior to his drops, right, what do we see? We see Nigel out there in the streets with the people. We see Nigel out there giving away free pairs of sneakers, right? Sitting down with all the podcasters, sitting down with this person and that person, and literally doing essentially a mini world tour, right? For almost every single one of his drops, right? He makes them seem attainable. He creates a need and a desire for that sneaker, and the marketing is just the cherry on the top. It drives the whole messaging home. And Nike has said, okay, we're going to give you a blank check, right? Go out there, bring in whatever marketing teams you want, bring in whatever street teams you want, bring in whatever raffle teams you want, right? Bring in, more importantly, as many co-collaborators from these tier 0 boutiques as you want, right? Blank check. We don't care how much it's going to cost because we know we're going to get 4 times that amount once this release happens, this drop is over with, and we're counting all of our pennies all the way to the bank. And they banked on Nigel. They banked on Nigel for the last 4 years, right? And over the course of the last 4 years, we've seen a very, very steady trajectory of Nigel going from, okay, this BMXer that Nike's doing this collab with, to all of a sudden a damn household name as far as the sneaker culture goes. That was very systemically done. That was systematically done. And they've done a damn good job, right? Here's one thing about people. They all want instant gratification, right? People want instant gratification. Gimme, 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 gimme. But if you're building a product and you're standing behind that product and you know that product is quality, It doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. And they've had a 4-year trajectory to build Nigel Sylvester up right now to where people are now putting him in the same rooms of conversations as Travis Scott. Nobody ever would have imagined that 2 years ago. Ever. Including myself.
You know what? Here's something that's interesting that I found out that I know about Nigel. Nigel didn't start off nearly as close as Travis Scott did with the hype of his kicks. Let's just keep it a beam.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just keep it a beam. And somehow Nigel Sylvester is really propelling himself forward as the next Nike's head honcho, because we talked about this in the past, all of us, how we praise Year. Like Year could probably dethrone Travis Scott. We've all said this on the live before, and guess what? Short-lived. But Travis Scott has lived through the test of time, and now we're seeing that Nigel Sylvester has got himself out of that mud and that dirt and that gringe, and my man is shooting to the stars. Let's just be honest. He is someone who can be there for the long term. Now, here's a question I got for you guys, and Mr. Think. Like, I definitely want to hear your perspective on it. Do you think Nigel Sylvester next release should steer away from a 1 and a 4 model, and it should go to something else because of what we've seen, how the hype of this Bike Air did not live up to the brick by brick?
Man, it's difficult to please everybody. Man, you can't please everyone. Yes, I have seen multiple videos of everyone looking at this brick after brick and saying it's just a Fire Red 4, right? And I'm gonna be honest with you. Yes, it's a Fire Red variant, but a Fire Red is a very nice variant to choose from. It is. Should they stay away from the silhouette between a 1 and a 4? I mean, they can. The question will be, I think I could be wrong with this. I think we've only gotten 2 collabs of an 11, which is one of the reasons why the other day I threw out a Jordan 11. They've collabed Jordan 11s, but it's not frequent. It doesn't happen often.
Yeah.
But I kind of pitched an 11 out there, but not everyone likes 11s as well. Let me answer it this way. Yes, they can steer away from it, but for full transparency, if you go above the 13, I don't know. It could be a little tricky. Like, I know people like 17s. I don't have any pairs of 17. I happen to like the Dornbecker 17s, but like just as an example, if they give us like a Nigel 17, I don't know if that shoe will go crazy. For 17 fans, absolutely. But I'm just talking about, like, would your regular person who's never owned a 17, never liked a 17, pick them up just because they're a Nigel? Probably not at that point. So, I don't know. I don't know. That's kind of tricky.
So, okay, if they went with another silhouette, I think part of what drives even the want for the silhouette is, okay, was it really the look of the shoe, or was it more so the story and the shoe?
Which shoe are you talking about? Brick after brick?
The brick by bricks.
Brick by brick or brick after?
The brick by bricks. Because the brick after brick, I mean, it's a continuation of the story of the brick by brick. Okay, so. Because I as Perp was talking, I was thinking to myself, I was like, I wonder what is it about the Travis Scott shoes that drives the hype on them. And
I wanted to ask that question to y'all, actually, that same question.
And I thought to myself, I said, you know what it probably is, and maybe it's just a theory. The hype that drives the Travis Scott shoe is because of what happened with the Mocha Highs and the Frag Lows. everyone's trying to capture that next wave. I feel like, because when you think about it, they keep putting it, for as much as people complain about, oh, they're using this silhouette too much and they're doing this colorway too much. Like, what do we hear? They need to put away the Jordan ones. What do we hear? Like from Amamiya, oh, they keep using the same color. How many earth tone colorways did we get from Travis Scott? Is damn near every time, except for the Canaries and these two pair that were originally supposed to drop for Valentine's, right? And they're using the Jordan 1 low. Like, so now you have a situation where, for the most part, they keep reusing a lot of the same colorways. Granted, again, we've got 3 different ones, but mainly all of them were earth tones of some substance, and a silhouette that people are down on. Yet the hype seems to always, for the most part, skyrocket as far as trying to get the shoe.
So what makes Travis Scott so valuable?
I think it's people just trying to chase the rabbit, essentially.
Let me be honest. I'm going to say first his music, because of his heavy following he had with the younger generation. To me, it's his music. Second of all, we got to talk about his association with the Kardashians. We have to take that, because at good, bad, and different, whatever the case may be, is the Kardashians are still like, they're still talked about. They're still out there making money with their name. It's that association. But then I think about it from a different perspective. Like the Jordan 4, people really didn't care about that Cactus Jack Jordan 4. People wanted, I saw it sitting before, right? It was okay. But then when that high with that reverse Nike swoosh, people lost their minds. They was like, what is this? We never seen a flipped Nike swoosh before, but they didn't know it was a Dennis Rodman. That was a Dennis Rodman thing. So that flip still turns people on to this day, because you don't see it. You see it once a year from Travis Scott. Maybe you get 2 silhouettes a year, maybe. So people like, oh man, that reverse Nike swoosh, I gotta have it because I don't have it. I think that's what really propelled him. But honestly, just not his music, his association with the Kardashians is what took him to the next planet.
I have a quick question. My bad, Pri. Go ahead.
No. Well, just really quick, but just to add to your point, Jay, you made some very eloquent points, but also the very, very small amount of stock numbers, right? If you really want to drive home and create demand, right, you limit something. You limit it until people go crazy to get it, right? You make it as unattainable as humanly possible, right, within reason. That drives and fuels the demand for it. So go ahead, Mr. Singh.
I was going to ask that. That was another question that I was going to ask, because you mentioned his music, and there's no doubt about it. Travis Scott he's a very big household name. There's no doubt about it. Can't take that away from him. But when it comes to the sneakers, and I don't have any statistical data on this, so this is why I'm just asking y'all, panel as well. When it comes to his shoes in particular, is it more? Do you think it's more of his music fan base, or do you think it's more of the sneaker reseller obtaining the shoes? I can't speak on the clothing, but when it comes to the sneakers, do you think it's his music fan base that's saying, yeah, it's the Travis Scott, let's make it hot? Or do you think it's us? When I say us, I'm even talking about resellers, but the sneaker people. Let's just put us all in the same basket for that moment. So that's obtaining the shoe.
So to go off what you're saying, that's kind of what I was getting at, right? Was the fact that there was such success and there was such great resale on this. It's like, okay, maybe this shoe is going to capture the same hype that the Frags had. Maybe this shoe's going to capture the same hype that the Mocha Lows and the reverse Mocha Lows had, or even the Mocha Highs. Like, this could be the next super hype Travis Scott that I could get all this crazy resale on. Because when you miss out on them before, it's like, okay, well, maybe this next one I'll hit, right? And now I'll be able to have a shoe that obtains that level. And I feel like it's like, again, it's like trying to chase the rabbit because when you think about it, the reverse mocha lows, the mochas, and the frag lows, those are like essentially like the three wise men of Travis Scott lows that hold the most resale. Like the what is it? I guess the Phantoms have gone up, right? The Phantoms have gone up. We've seen somewhat of an uptick with the Canaries.
The fragments are doing well. The original.
The those are the ones I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The original frags.
The OG, yeah.
The black, white, and blue ones, not the ones that just came out.
And pre, real quick, this is the reason I kind of want to get back because you'll hear me say sneakers don't sit colorways, dude. This is why I asked what makes the Travis Scott so valuable because with all of the colorways you named there, Lou, you didn't name a fire red, you didn't name a bread, you didn't name a cement. Do you see what I'm saying? Like all of these colorways are because of the limited stock. Pre touched on that because they've given us some earth tones that's been flying off the shelves. You know, just generally speaking, the Travis don't sit around. You know, the Jordan 1 low, obviously, or even a high for that matter. But it's they've almost that reverse swoosh with the limited stock with the Travis Scott name. It's a very big household name. That's one shoe that can actually get away without hitting any type of traditional colorways. That still seems to be extremely hot.
So let me ask you this, Mr. Think. Why do you think that's why it's overlooked that they recycle a lot of like the earth tone colorways versus the complaints that you hear when it comes to like Alma Manier using a lot of times like burgundy for a lot of their shoes?
Right. Reversing a colorway is a smart way to kind of you know what I mean? Like, hey, I got this, and then we got to reverse, right?
Look at the mochas. You got the original mocha, the OG, and then the reverse mocha. They both did incredible numbers. It's like turning your socks inside out.
Right. Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. And someone's gonna be like, ooh.
Ohio, what up, family?
Yo, what was the movie? Wasn't it in Friday where Smokey was counting the money? Like he's like,
and he flipped it over.
And he flipped it over.
right, the flip over. He's like 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120.
Flip it over. Yep. You got $100, Smokey. Stop playing with me.
Right.
You know, let me answer Ohio question, man. Honestly, I'm gonna say at the beginning of the Travis Scott releases, I'll say about 20% of the normal consumers hit, and then the 80% probably went to resellers. Now I feel like those numbers are trending up. I think it's probably safe to say even 35% of consumers are hitting on retail, and then still, you know, that rest of that amount it's going. Honestly, it's going 65% is going straight to the resellers. That's what I said. The way I see it, Ohio right now.
I mean, if you can make it look like there's enough pairs getting into the normal consumer's hands, you will make people feel like, okay, there is a real chance. I just missed this time.
But that's something else Pre talked about.
But I feel as though the release has to go smoothly, which is what Nigel's releases are able to achieve. The release is smooth. Oh, but I took an L. Well, but there's enough regular consumers that actually was able to cop this shoe.
And Priya, I wanted to answer your question. I do believe that Nigel is a smooth transition from Travis Scott to Nigel. I do believe that everything is perfectly aligned for it to be a nice smooth transition. That don't mean Travis is going anywhere, but just for the fact of transition wise, I do see Nigel being a very smooth transition from Travis Scott's if you wanted to make that switch. Like the moment, Lou, someone said, "Oh, there's a trophy room," everyone's Marcus Jordan, back door.
Everyone goes back to trophy room ones. You're right.
You see what I'm saying? It's like, right. Great. Those are gonna get backdoored, right? So definitely Nigel's for the people. He's out there in the streets. You know, there's relationships being formed. He has the backing, and yeah, I definitely a very smooth transition for sure.
Yeah.
But I
What
have a
up,
Definitely.
question.
Q?
But I
What
have a
up,
question.
Q?
Q in the
As
bill.
a understand, right? We talked about this. Travis Scott has a huge following because of his music, versus Nigel Sylvester is an extreme sports athlete, right? Like you have more people in the music than you do extreme sports. So even if it is in the sneaker world a smooth transition, does does Nigel Sylvester's name and brand really have a true ability to supplant Travis Scott?
Absolutely. Ab-
Okay. Why
We're
do you think
having
that?
this conversation right now.
You're right.
That's a testament in itself.
Amongst us.
You know, I mean, think about it. Travis Scott had a very devout fan base, right? And then he moved it over, and then he moved it over to sneaker culture, got them tethered to it, and now at least 60% of the people that buy his shoes today have never heard one single Travis Scott song.
And that's where I was going with that with my question too.
Mm.
That you see,
Yeah.
that's where I was going with my question. Like is he captivating within the sneaker industry? Is he captivating his followers from the music, or is he captivating us? And not saying us, we can even put resellers into us, but the sneaker fashion people. And
Yeah.
there is a lot of sneaker people that's soaking us up. I've never been to a Travis Scott concert, but I mean, I think it'd be dope if I was able to look at the fans and look down at everyone's feet and be like, wow, the fans are really rocking his kicks. I see it. I would love to see that.
You know what the majority of people that go to Travis Scott concerts wear?
Vans.
I was gonna say that Vans.
I mean, listen. Let's be honest.
But he's like like Lil Uzi Vert, like into the skateboard thing, so it makes sense.
But let's be honest. You go to a Travis Scott concert. People do not want their feet. They do not want their shoes getting all jacked up. People. This is why people rocking the Vans, bro. Like because they don't want they shoes getting messed up. You go to a Travis Scott concert. You standing up. You jumping around. You in mosh pits. People ain't got time to be. Oh, you stepping on my feet. Let me go to a bathroom, man, and wipe my shoes off. That's not what they're there for.
So
Yo.
you saying Vans ain't really worth nothing. That's why
Yo.
you're gonna beat them up.
Imagine a mosh pit,
you walked
right?
in that one. You walked in that one.
Yeah. I ain't wearing my good shoes. I'm gonna bust up these Vans real quick. They ain't worth nothing.
Hey, yo, can one of y'all imagine being in a mosh pit or getting carried, and then by the time you get on your feet, your shoes are gone? You're like, wait. Right, you straight got jacked.
But that's happened to some artists that jump that do the crowd
You get all
surfing.
carried. You're like, yeah.
They'll take
you
his
land on your feet.
chain.
You're like,
They try to take his shoes. That's happened. Let's see. I'm curious how much they're charging the resellers after all the middlemen are paid. They can't be making that much money off resellers. Like Purple said, they're basically paying for the hype. I mean, at that point, it's volume, right? Volume sales versus just each
Bulk
making
sales.
money off each individual shoe. But even then, like, think of it from this perspective, okay? Even though StockX has one price, the reseller sitting there going, well, I have the shoe right here that you could take right now. So you can go StockX, whatever, and maybe your shoe is real. Or I have it guaranteed for you to have right now, and this is my price for them. What you gonna do?
Yeah.
There's that aspect too. I got them right here, right now. 400. You want them or not?
Yeah.
And maybe what they paid for that bulk set that they have, probably when it averages out, maybe it's, what do you think, per double? Maybe it's 300 on, like, for the whole palette of shoes that they got. On average, when you break it down mathematically, maybe it's 300 a shoe.
Yeah, well, you have to.
I don't know. I'm guessing.
No. So this is what I do know. So the bulk for the tropicals, there were 155 retail. If you were getting bulk pairs of 100 or more, then they would knock that down to around, I think, $80 a pair. So if you buy,
they were selling the resellers $80 a pair,
depending on how much bulk you got. Now, if you're getting bulk like 300, right, like 300 plus, it's 80 a pair. Bulk starts at 100 pairs, right? So there's a double tick every time you go up an extra 100, right? So for every extra 100, they'll knock off an extra $50 right there. So they're going to make that back on the back end. So it's easy because you have to look at how much it costs to actually manufacture the shoe. I think it's like $8 and like 65 cents to manufacture both of those Travis Scotts of each individual pair. So the money's there and the money flows.
All right. Do you guys think this has anything to do with the Kanye effect, seeing how Travis has such close ties to that camp? I asked the same question about Virgil's camp as well.
That's a heavy one, David Bell. Where you been at, David? Where you been
Didn't he? Because I remember when he did that photo op with Kanye, where he was rocking a pair of Travis Scott shoes, and that's when the speculation started to stir up that Kanye was coming back to Nike.
Correct.
Because of that photo op.
Correct.
I don't know. I mean, it's plausible. Kanye effect, seeing how Travis has such close ties to that camp. I mean,
listen, you know why Kanye and Travis is close. Come on now, you know why they cross paths.
The Kardashians.
Yes, we know why they cross paths.
They're Eskimo brothers.
But isn't it fun? It's funny too how Nike and Kim Kardashian have that agreement now with Skims, and Skims is a brand now being sold through Nike because you can go to the Nike app right now and there's a whole section for Skims, which is Kim Kardashian's brand.
I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? And listen, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Good, bad, or indifferent, it doesn't matter how you feel about Kanye, but when you want to talk about someone who is a marketing genius, you want to talk about someone who can absolutely stir the pot and get his name out in every single major, whether it's a retailer, whether it's talking about hype, whether it's talking about IG, social media. You want to talk about someone who can absolutely push a narrative and get his name out there. Who else better would you not pick than Kanye? There's nobody out there who can do it like him.
He's very polarizing.
You know what I mean? Like, listen, Chicago, right? And we get it. We know he's from the south side of the Child. We get that. But people got mad at Ye. But now he had to sell second set of tickets for a second concert because it was that many people who wanted to see him. So when you talk about kicking down, being in the dirt, but then turning around and people like, wait a minute, Kanye absolutely be telling the truth about some things if you stop and really listen to the man. I mean, some of the ideas is out there wild, but when you sit back and you really look at his hustle, when you talk about the things that he brings up, you might want. I'm just saying.
Listen, why would you have very short memories when it comes to entertainers that are talented? That's to tie into your point, Jay.
Right. If there's any other person who has a very big impact on things that they tweet, two more people actually, it'd be Trump and Elon Musk. There are sometimes I wish Elon would shut his mouth because he can say the wrong thing and the stock will immediately drop. I'm like, Elon, shut up.
That's power. That is power.
Right. But no, you're right. Kanye is a marketing genius for sure. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Yeah. Well, it'd be interesting to see what, if anything, actually comes out of this moving forward. Are we expected to? Okay. There's rumors of the reverse mocha highs this year. Do we actually see that shoe come out?
It'll be at the 11th hour if it does. We're not talking about like an October, November release. We're talking about like holiday Christmas season.
So you think, okay.
I don't think it will, to be honest with you. I really don't.
Okay. Have they made any sample pairs?
Oh yeah, there's sample pairs out there. Absolutely.
I remember there were old ones that came out years ago, but I don't know if
You're
they
referring
started to
to
make. So they're saying they made new ones.
you're referring to a newer cut. Yes, there's a sample pair out there.
The V3 as it is now with I
The
think the
V3 model.
the V3 model.
Yeah.
The V3 model now. Well, we'll see what happens with those, man, and we'll see whether or not they're going to once again try to use this system. But they've seriously got some kinks to work. I mean, overall, do we think the method they tried to, regardless of the issues you had to get into the raffle, do we like this method better to where if you hit, it's just an automatic charge, much like EQL does it?
I like that aspect because I mean, that's been the biggest hindrance, right? Checking your damn email every 5 minutes, checking your spam and everything, waiting, making sure you don't miss that confirmation you got a receipt so you can go in and put in your payment information. Yeah, don't to me that's just a very archaic way of doing drops nowadays. And I'm glad they moved away from it. Yeah, it was a shit show this time around, and yeah, they missed it by a whole mile. But I feel like this will set them up to evolve into something different moving forward with how they do their drops, for sure.
$80 a pop is crazy no matter how you cut it. The regular consumer's getting screwed. If they doing below retail to resellers, why not just sell to regular consumers at retail?
Because they're not going to make their money.
Yeah, people need to make money.
Yeah.
That's the supply and demand part of it. And the moment there's no demand, what happens? They go to an outlet and they drop the prices. They're still winning money. They're still getting money. Even when it's half off, it's still plenty of money there.
Don't forget.
So, but imagine selling it at $80 and then you got to drop it down to $40.
Yep.
I guess. But if you see what he's saying, he's like, well, wait a second. You're selling bulk pairs to resellers at 80 a pop, but the normal retail you would sell to a consumer is 155. So why not just sell all those pairs at 155 and make the extra $70 yourself?
But that's the thing about it, right? They need the resellers to drive the hype. They're the ones that drive the hype train. And if you're selling a sneaker that is not hype that nobody wants, then you're not making any money. You're dumping your money essentially by hyping the hype train.
So what Nike need to do is they need to seat all of us on this panel because we're talking about it. They need to seat us. That's what needs to happen.
Yes. But okay, so how does that work? That you need the resellers? Yeah, if we recall, Nike said we're also out to essentially destroy the reseller. So how do you?
Because it was never about that. It's an ecosystem, right? They need the resellers. Then they need the resellers just as much as the resellers need them. It's an ecosystem. It's a partnership.
So they just want the consumer to feel good. They're just trying to make the consumer think they have a real chance.
It's a placebo effect. Nike knows
it makes a lot of sense. Like the moment they stop making brand new cars, your used car market is going to be impacted.
Facts.
So he's right. It is an ecosystem for sure.
Facts. It is.
It is.
It is. You're right. You're absolutely right. It's just like, look what happened with but how do you explain that with the Bloodline 12s? What happened with that?
There's a glitch in the matrix every once in a while. Let's just be honest. Okay.
Because all of a sudden the Bloodline 12 started rolling. It was like, well, wait a minute. Why are these moving like that? All of a sudden, it's like, wait, now we got the FOMO kicking in on people who were just like, oh, these will sit around. And then
you and I had a really good conversation about that yesterday.
We did. We did around all black shoes with red or whatever. Just I guess it's just that wave. I don't know. I don't know.
Mr. Thing. Hey, man. Like I said, Bloodline 12s. Shout out to the wrestling fans. Shout out to the wrestling fans out there. Especially if you guys also watch Roman Reigns wrestle today over in Italy. I mean, if you guys paid that premium to watch,
this time.
I'm just saying, man, he wrestled. Hey, man, he wrestled his cousin, man.
But what did he have on his feet?
No, he didn't have the bloodlines on this time. He had them on before, but not this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
It be because what's the next release coming like that? Because people were talking about the UNC fives, which I'm probably a pass on those
I was about to
personally.
say, how y'all feel about the UNC fives?
Um,
You like I got the metallic fives. I'm good type of feeling.
it's not even it's not even that. It's just they're underwhelming to me.
I
And
actually think.
go ahead.
Okay. No, go.
I was gonna say someone. I think it was you, Mr. Think, that said they look so much like the Awake Fives that I'm just kind of like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I say this about a lot of shoes nowadays. I think it's a nice kick that we don't need.
That's not a bad take.
Fair.
But yeah, people about to go crazy over those Tinjin foam posits.
The Taijins, they dropped Thursday.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Thursday.
Yeah.
The Kobe's Tuesday.
Anybody needs to let me know. I'm shipping out this week.
Wait, the Kobe's?
The Tinjins.
Oh. The coconut milk and bright spruce.
Hey man. Come on now.
Now, Jay, they got green. They got green, Jay.
I know what the shoe look like. Trust me, I know what the shoe look like.
Jay said they're like Pokemon. I'm collecting them all.
All of them. Let me ask you this real quick because I know we're trying to boogie, but the Dark Knight asks, he said people are not having five fatigue. Well, what are your thoughts on fives? You think we're getting overwhelmed with fives?
I don't think so.
Last year we got a good amount of fives, banger fives too at that.
I think it's what you said. It's colorways. I don't know if it's so much fatigue. I mean, okay. Let's. Would y'all say there's SB fatigue?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
There's SB fatigue, but I don't know if it's so much fatigue as it is they just haven't necessarily come out with. Although, okay. Let me be careful how I say this because a lot of the SBs that recently came out were telling stories about different women in the space. Regardless of that, there's a lot of storylines that just weren't necessarily capturing a lot of people. And to that point, they had the asparagus Udos, which I felt like were underwhelming too. So it ain't just, if anybody's gonna come after me about, a bunch of them was women's shoes and stuff, which a lot of stories were, the Udos ain't do that great either. So
yeah, the matcha joints, yeah.
Whoa! Correction, they sold out. The resale was
didn't do it. Yeah.
They sold out. The resale was not bananas.
But we've had shoes that people want, even though the resale wasn't very high.
Correct.
There's because look what's happening. Unfortunately, Jay, look what's happening with your Vecna foam posits. They popping up in places on sale now. 20% off, 25% off.
People, let's be honest. People are not true foam posit fans. Foam posits have not been able to make a comeback since like 2015, 2014. Let's just keep it a bean. Right? When foam posits first came out, people love foamies. Foam posit is still like a niche. Let's just be honest. And regardless of the fact, it doesn't matter that shoe is sitting. That shoe is absolutely a beyond fire shoe. It is dope. So it doesn't matter. You got garbage shoes that don't go for nothing, right? That sell out, and then later on down the line they don't resell for nothing. Then you got shoes that go to the outlet, and then years later there's a spike in turn. So it doesn't matter.
Galaxy foams, Jay. Those were high at one point.
See what I'm saying? Like that's another one. Sold out, but the resale ain't high.
Correct. Yeah, not anymore.
Correct.
So it don't matter. It don't matter.
My man said resellers are like barnacles attached to a whale.
That's right. That's right.
It's a good way to put it, actually.
They're always trying to find it. Bro, how quickly did Labubus come and go?
It was about a month and a half hype. It was gone.
The Labubu thing, bro. They jumped on that so crazy.
Flash in the pan.
Quick flash in the pan.
Yeah.
Quick flash in the pan. Well, look, chat, we appreciate each and every one of y'all that tapped in tonight, man. We definitely had to have a discussion surrounding this super swipe raffle, and we shall see if and when they end up using this in the future on a Travis Scott shoe or any shoe in particular, seeing as how it got done for Adidas collab, now a Nike collab, maybe Reebok collab. Who knows? Who knows who's going to end up using these? Or as Perp said, there's something diabolical under there that could end up surfacing with this particular person. We shall have to wait and see. Mr. Thing, what you got before we go ahead and close on out, my guy?
Hey, panel chat. It's always good seeing y'all. I think I'm the one that don't get to show up for a lot of these. So when I'm here with y'all, it's always a pleasure. Thank you for tapping in. It's always good seeing your brothers, man.
Perp.
It's always good rocking out with my brothers, man. On camera, all four of us in the mother freaking house tonight.
Yes, sir.
I love it. The vibe is there. We are chilling out tonight, man. It's a perfect way to capstone this crazy weekend of drops, man, and releases, man. We've had bike to bike weekends, right? Of crazy drops. Now we can catch our breath for a second before we get ready for the third wave. Let's go.
Let's go. Jay, what you got? And then give us your prediction for a finals winner.
Alien. Like, share, subscribe for real fire sneaker content. Come on now. You know them all.
Perp, who you got in the finals, bro?
Oh man, come on, man. I really feel like New York's gonna take it, man, but I'm going for San Antonio, man. I want them to go ahead and
Mr. Think?
Knicks. They're gonna play bully ball.
Oh,
it's bully ball.
Style bully ball.
New York is going bully ball on Wemby.
Man,
what up, Silky?
I would like to see the Knicks win. I would like to see the Knicks win. I just don't know if they're gonna have a real answer for Wembyana.
Yeah, they got to pause. They got to put something on them.
I just don't know if they're gonna have a real answer for Wembyana. If Wembyana's on,
because Cat ain't the answer. I'll tell you that right now.
I said it. I said the series. The series is over in 6 games.
You going? Okay, so you going 6 San Antonio?
Yeah, I think San Antonio is probably the stronger team. As much as I'd like to see the Knicks win it,
we shall see, sir.
Because nobody showed up last night. SGA had that whole team on the
gas station.
What do y'all think? 6 games or full series?
Game 7, full series for me.
Ooh.
Game 7 full. Hey, we shall see.
It's going to be a heavyweight round. Heavyweight. Right. Sluggo.
I'm looking forward to it, though. I tell you that.
Game 1 is when?
Wednesday.
Game
Wednesday's
1.
Game 1.
We shall see.
Yep.
We shall see, y'all.
Should be Gerber baby food.
Wallet. Oh, snap.
Oh, man says
sweep. New York. Sweep. Ooh. That is some big talk. He said New York sweeping.
Big deal.
Wow. No, we shall see. All right, guys. Well, listen, we appreciate the chat for being here. Panel. Yes, full panel tonight, man. Like I said, we shall see what happens. Everyone have a great night. Have a wonderful week. Chat, make sure y'all have those notification bells turned on because you never know when we may go live again. Check us out Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, One Pair at a Time podcast channel. We will get with y'all next time. Peace.